Hey everyone, Matt Thomas here. Thanks for watching. So I want to do a really quick video on establishing mutual respect in your classroom. This is one of those things where if you want to change the dynamic of your classroom right away, work on creating mutual respect with your students. Now, before you go, Matt, seriously? Another video on mutual respect? Like, you've done this before. Like, why not do a video on graphic organizers or word walls? First of all, I will say, thank you for watching my previous videos. Like, I've done a few of these. But what I'm trying to do is this video is with updated neuroscience. And I'm not going to do videos on graphic organizers and word walls and things like that, because those are examples of micro strategies. And micro strategies, first of all, most of you know all the micro strategies, right? And micro strategies are great, but they're only impactful for the 15 or 20 minutes that you use it for that particular lesson. Macro strategies, like creating mutual respect in the classroom, are strategies that will impact the overall dynamic of your classroom. Micro strategies are much more effective once the macro strategies are implemented in the classroom. So as with all my videos, they're all based on neuroscience and behavioral psychology. And just to review, neuroscience is essentially how the brain develops, and behavioral psychology is how people react to the environment. And by understanding both of these things and how we can use them in teaching, essentially we kind of have the answers to the most difficult questions on why people do things and how we can best, instruct our students. So I have the answer for why yawns are contagious. And I know many people have been like, yawns are contagious and no one knows why. No, the scientists have known for years, but no one's bothered to ask them why. So here's what it is: mirror neurons. So this is how we start to create mutual respect in the classroom, is by understanding mirror neurons. So mirror neurons essentially is this: when a person is around other people or certain people, they will mirror the actions of those people, right? So if someone's always respectful to that person, the other person will start to reciprocate that. If someone's always mean to the person will start to reciprocate it. And the more that an action is done, those neural pathways are stronger, right? They become more and more developed to where it becomes a habit. And so if your students come into the classroom and you're creating an environment of mutual respect, meaning the students know that you respect them, we are hardwired to be able to give back that respect. So teenagers model adult behavior. I've talked about that in other videos. And so if you can model the behavior for your students, to what you want to see in classroom, they are hardwired to give it back to you. Now, let's be fair. Some students have very challenging home lives. And so it might take a week, a month, a semester. It could even take a year to really get those challenging students to be able to model respect back for you. And if you are modeling the respect in your classroom, let's say you have a challenging student who maybe you've written 3 referrals on this year. He probably or she's probably gotten 10 referrals in other classes, right? So if you model that respect, again, our brains are hardwired to kind of reciprocate back what we see. So there's an article, to keep this video short, you can read the article on your own. There's an article about how there's a district that encouraged empathetic discipline. It cut their suspension rate in half. Feel free to read the article. There's quotes there if you'd like to get there. So what does it mean to develop mutual respect? How can we use that as teachers? So as teachers, we model the behavior that we want our students to use. So we say please, we say thank you, we smile. On one of my other videos, when I talked about micro macro expressions, smiling is one of the most important things we can do with our students or to our students. They come in and we smile to them, right? Make them feel wanted, make them feel accepted in the classroom, especially if one of them comes in during lunch and has a question on something, rather than, oh, the student's interrupting my lunch. Smile, hey, what's up, Joey? Like right away, there'll be a positive connection, and your student will feel like, wow, cool, he or she really wants me to be here. So model that, and don't tell the students what you want to see. I want you to do this and this. No, model it, act that way, and be consistent with that. Ask yourself, like in class, like, how can I develop this time and place, or give or take with our students? Like, hey guys, please pay attention to this, and you know that when you're working independently, then you can, et cetera, whatever's comfortable in your classroom. Have an idea of like, we're in this together all year, and try to limit the use of sarcasm. You may have seen in my other videos about how sarcasm is really only productive if there is a shared experience between the 2 people or 3 people communicating, whatever it is. And oftentimes, if you're being sarcastic, to your classroom or with your classroom. A couple students may appreciate it, the rest will see it as a negative thing. So benefits of creating mutual respect in the classroom. One, better classroom management, for sure, because your students are going to feel comfortable, they're going to feel safe, they're going to feel like they can trust you, they're going to come in more motivated. You're going to calm their amygdalas, which if you've seen my other videos about the cycle of establishing an effective instructional environment, is you'll see that having students come in more relaxed is such an important benefit when it comes to learning. There'll be a lot less stress on you. Students will trust you if they feel respected. They will tell you what they need. Students are the best at telling us how to teach them. Hey, we need more time here. Hey, I'm not understanding this. They'll feel confident with that. And I want to make sure it's clear too. Creating an environment of mutual respect doesn't mean that you're not strict with them. I want to make sure that's very, very clear. You definitely have your expectations. You definitely have your, guys, we don't talk when I'm talking. An administrator will tell you when he or she would walk in my class is very controlled. I always created mutual respect with my students, but they knew exactly what I wanted from them. And so it's one of those where it's not, you're creating like, hey, we got work to do. Every other thing you would normally do in a classroom, but you're creating an environment where the students know you respect them, and they will give that respect back to you by saying please, by saying thank you, by praising them. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for doing that. Oh, that was a great answer. Creating that environment of mutual respect. Last thing here, I included a couple more videos if you'd like to see. I included my videos on behavioral psychology hacks for the classroom. There's the 23-minute version, and then I have the 3-minute summary version. If you're like, Matt, I trust your research, I trust your science, just give me the answers. You can click the 3-minute version. I also did a video a little more about micro versus macro